Wylie Dufresne to shutter WD-50, his groundbreaking Clinton Street restaurant.
Trailblazing restaurant WD-50
will close later this year.
WD-50 development site sells for record-setting $28 million.
I feel fortunate to have done what I did, where I did it, with the people I did it with. I think that's simple, but it's true.
WD-50 is an adventure.
I would call WD-50 a restaurant where anything goes.
You're supposed to come in and sit down, and you're taken on a journey.
My first meal was like, what the is this guy doing?
Can you make mayonnaise out of hard-boiled eggs?
What happens if you smoke?
Can you braise couscous in coffee milk?
So we're gonna be fine to make this tomorrow.
Yeah.
You see in Wylie a guy who wants to understand how and why things happen.
So if you're not sure why you're doing something, just say, hey, I don't understand this.
His octopus appetizer tasted like a flame-grilled hot dog.
New York is a very conservative dining town.
New York always says it wants something different. It's an oil in water emulsion, so we need to give it more water. When it gets something different, it sort of takes a minute.
The core of what he is constant driving.
It's a thought process
towards a new idea.
And wondering, why did you do it this way? What if I did it that way?
To the diner, it looks like a cooked piece of fish, but in fact, is a nice, fresh tartare.
Others have observed that the mere fact that WD-50's passing was enabled by its creation.
75 done. So what's the name then?
It's extraordinary that they're going to tear this down to build an apartment building. But, you know, it's New York. Anything can happen.
My name is Wylie Dufresne. I'm the chef owner of WD-50 and Alder restaurants here in New York City, for now.
I was obsessed with Wylie before I knew him. Predating WD-50, I mean, Wylie was one of the early names on the Lower East Side.
The restaurant before WD-50, 71 Clinton Fresh Foods, was revolutionary.
And it sort of captivated New York. No one had seen anything like it.
When he was there on Clinton Street, we still used to have like dudes running up, pulling their pants down and shoving their butt cheeks against the window.
When he decided to leave 71 Clinton, he was able to build and design a kitchen that would encourage the sort of things that he wanted to experiment with.
Put that in the microwave, get it hot.
I used to be the restaurant editor for Time Out New York, and one of my first assignments was to write about the building of WD, so I met him at the construction site. He had this backpack full of notebooks, and he's just like, and I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about that, and he's throwing his notebooks everywhere.
A chef's second restaurant is like a writer's second novel or a band's second album. It could be the one that wins him a permanent place in the pantheon or a spot on the heap of one-hit wonders.
The philosophy of this restaurant is nothing is impossible and nothing is too weird.
On the one hand, there is like hardcore monster cook Wylie.
He has taken the tilapia that he blended with the trans-glutamate enzyme and he's piped that into the hot water to make tilapia noodles.
Running at the same time is a very analytical mind who's taking what's happening now and comparing it against all of the other times similar things have been tried in the kitchens.
We've begun to learn a little bit more about what's happening to our food as we process it.
Wylie didn't just welcome input from cooks. It was required.
I think. What do you think?
If you weren't coming up with ideas, gone.
The creative process can start with pretty much anything.
Wylie likes root beer, and then we were talking about pudding, and then, you know, just from that small idea, we came up with root beer pudding.
A lot of these dishes spent months being worked on slowly, and techniques changed, and how that dish was eventually going to make it to the table.
Foie gras that looks like a sponge or a piece of coral.
A bagel that tastes like ice cream.
Corn zest, rye crisp.
foie gras, a mashup of hot Vietnamese noodles.
Egg
with a
ravioli,
cold torch.
a cube-like concoction made of scrambled eggs Benedict.
This time, he challenges his customers, provoking them with risky flavor combinations and ingredients in unfamiliar roles.
I think early on, we were more about, we're gonna do it our way.
Some considered him kind of be the bad boy of the food scene.
Everyone's heard the story about the salad, but he just will not serve salad, period.
No salad on the menu? Well, these things can change very quickly.
Some people thought maybe that was the rebellion, not necessarily the fact that we were trying to cook food in different ways.
We realized that meat glue and gelatin are unbelievable friends. They love each other. They make a fantastic bond. So there's what we think kind of almost a 2.0 application of meat glue.
Opinions will split right down the middle. I'd like to see a little more pleasure and a little less intellect at WD-50.
Tasted exactly
Dufresne
like
is
Windex.
beating a
Who
dead
came up
horse.
with such
I have
disgraceful
an aversion to ambitious
Funny
menus.
and interesting to read, but horrible to eat.
Negative reviews are not good for business, and WD-50 had many hard years.
Although the restaurant has been amazing and has a ton of critical success, it's been a fight.
A lot of people were critical at the time that we were making food that was more intellectual than delicious. We always believed that the food that we were serving was delicious because that is the first and foremost sort of priority that every restaurant has.
Anyone that's talented or creative, I think, has a certain presence about them. And it comes across as confidence, it can come across as arrogance.
What's great about this is that you can make a pickle in 35, 45 seconds. These are just new ideas, new pieces of equipment, technology, and understanding that are adding to what we already know.
Food at WD-50 a decade ago had a fair element of, look what I can do.
So there's certainly times when we struggled and we came real close to the edge where it was like, we're not putting another penny into the restaurant.
Now pray. This is where we pray.
And I would tell the staff, like, it's okay. We have to stay the course and we have to do what we believe. And guys, we're doing the right thing here.
You know, as always, thank you guys.
When Bruni gave us our 3rd star, we really saw it turn around.
These dishes validate the kind of experimentation that culinary pioneers like Mr. Dufresne undertake, and they reflect a thoughtful, mature equilibrium between what's merely edgy and what's truly enjoyable.
We matured and we've grown up and we're not as showy with the things that we know how to do, and we're also not as, insistent on the diner, but also as time has grown, as people have understood the restaurant, more and more people come willing to sort of ride the roller coaster.
I think these days it's less driven by the gee whiz, look at what I can do factor than it is by just in service of delicious, intriguing, compelling food.
My role has changed. At one point I wanted to be the star player. You're young, you should be fast. But I don't need to do that anymore because I'm old and falling apart like the refrigerator.
Wylie put his heart and soul on Clinton Street and really brought it to life. And then that very thing is kind of, in a weird way, the reason it's closing.
My family is the largest party of the night, and I know that 8 is hard to corral. We've got a manageable number. I think we're at 72. It's not a crazy night. Let's just yuck it up one last time. All right? Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah!
Hello, Chang.
How are you?
How you doing?
Thank you.
Thanks for
you.
coming.
I'd like to think that the very, very end of this place will be our highest moment. Because I think it's hard to come through this restaurant and not have it close to your heart.
Go, come on. Our goal was to add to the dialogue, to add to the body of knowledge. There are things that we've been a part of that are going to be in kitchens from here on, forever. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm eating.
I know. Mwah.
All right. Pick up, guys, last time. That's it, guys. Good job. All right, thank you. Well done, gang, well done.
It was fun to have my family there. It was fun to have customers that have been supporting us since the doors opened, and it was, you know, I'm so proud of the people that have been walked through the doors over all the years, and it was fun to have some old faces and some new faces.
Cheers to all of you.
Thank you, Chef.
Cheers. Good luck and long live Wylie, long live.
All of them.
I know that the stuff that he has done at the restaurant has changed the way thousands and thousands of people cook.
Thank you.
Watching the place get torn apart. Watching a place that a group of us had spent so much time caring for.
2 sauce, 1 lid, 2 buns, 25 a piece on these, 45.
And handling with kid gloves and loving.
50 cents a plate bid, 75 cents bid on these. Fine porcelain.
And then just watching people that had no connection to it rip it apart.
My man, just give me some slack,
Sort of mindlessly.
Like $50 on this food process, a $50 freight.
Was difficult for everybody.
$200 on that juicer.
I think the closing at WD-50, represents
25 bid at 55 now.
the passage of time in a neighborhood.
Well, I think Wylie will recreate WD-50 no matter what the concept of the restaurant is. His style of management will be something that will always attract people who want to learn and who want to be part of a process like that.
I remember being very scared when we first opened the doors, but I also felt like we were going to stick it out, rain or shine. And that's what we've done, is we've stuck it out, rain or shine, and it's rained a lot. But, right now the sun is shining, so